so done with. I'm so done with.
In my video about if financial freedom is achievable in 2022, I explained that a very important first step is to live below your means. My channel is about giving you a realistic look into a real-life attempt to making it to success, which means to me personally to be financially enabled to do what I love. If you've watched some of my videos before, then you know in very recent past I had quite a bit of a financial smackdown. Which does mean that right now, living below my means translates to living quite below the poverty line. Which is, like I've said before, partly because I'm only working part-time, and it's also partly by choice. I can very easily resolve it by just going to my boss and saying, hey, can I have a full-time contract instead? So instead I've kind of spun this from living below poverty line, living very minimalistic. And honestly, it kind of works because I've always, and so has my partner, I've always kind of had a minimalistic lifestyle. Like, I like to be as little clutter as possible. If I use it less than once a year, I donate it. This means I've very recently found a balance between giving my home the love it needs and maintaining my financial plan for living on as low means as possible. I hope that made sense. And this kind of translates into minimalistic living. This video is about how a home looks like that is both about living below means, even if that means very, very low, and a home that looks very minimalistic. So I was going to give you an updated home tour. You've seen in recent videos how my home has been looking when things are kind of everywhere. For the first time since I live here, I feel like it has improved to a point that I feel comfortable showing you my home and show you what minimalistic / living below your means looks like. A budget living series, so to speak. Honestly, there are still a few things I would like to... What is that? Oh, it's a little spider. There are still a few things that I would like to change in this home. But overall, I really love the minimalistic and tidy look, because I like my home to be like super tidy, as in just no clutter, not too many distractions, functional. And I think that really benefits us in our mission. The first thing that's the absolute pinnacle of minimalism is my current work desk. It is quite literally a garden table. I got that for free from my dad at some point. This chair is a second or third hand office chair from a thrift shop. I think it was like €15 or something. Obviously the laptop is a little more expensive. A little hard drive and some headphones. This is my general workstation. Also, a very big pinnacle of minimal living or budget living is our current TV setup. We have a screen which my partner brought in. I don't know how much it was. I don't know if he paid for it himself. This sound system was given to us by our lovely, dear and good friends. They didn't need it anymore. They figured we could use it living the way we do. This little Samsung device is a DVD player, also gifted to me from my parents. And over here we have a whole bunch of gaming stations. This PlayStation 3 was bought from a friend for about €50. It came with a whole bunch of games and 2 controllers. So big ka-ching. And all of these were gifts from my parents when I was a child. These are childhood stuff. So overall, a setup of about €50. Now this table thing came with the other table. It's a table / chair. It converts. It's for camping. So you can use a table and a chair. You can take off this thing and it becomes a sittable chair. Now it feels very cluttered, like it's all over the place. Now this is a golden remnant from my childhood. This is a boombox or a ghetto blaster or whatever wood you want to use for it. It's a little dusty, I didn't realize. Hang on. This has no function whatsoever because everything is digital these days. Like, I have CDs, we don't use it because everything's on my Spotify and it's not even hooked on right now. A part of me is like, I should probably really just get rid of it, but I don't want to. At the time this was a great thing. Power drive over. CD player. Let me know in the comments if you can guess what this is. I mean, I know what it is, I just want to know if you know what it is. Apparently there's a whole thing where some generations haven't seen this stuff. Our pride and joy is our couch. Our couch is really big. At least for Dutch standards. I know this kind of couches are a lot more common, I guess, in America, but everybody was like, wow, that is a big couch. And if you want to know how big it is, I will show you right here. And it has a space for a lot of people. The only thing I don't love about this couch is the color, and I would love to get a cover for it to get it like a nice blue color. But again, that's not something that we need, so it's a low priority choice. So for the time being, no cover. Our coffee table that was gifted to us by the husband of my friend's sister. I am extremely, sorry for the clutter, I'm extremely grateful for this table. I mean, it fits the interior well enough. So they made it themselves. It's super well crafted. It's got a little cubby over here for things like a remote. You don't have a remote, but still. The only thing I would still really love to have in this picture is a LED strip going in that arch. I think that would really finish this look. And then obviously the couch cover. But yeah, it kind of works. Some blankets around. Like this is where all the crap used to be, and I painted all of this myself. I made that myself. You could kind of tell that it was a home job, so to speak. I did it myself. Can you tell? Yeah. And the original idea was to have more shelves on the left and the right of this, and then the shelves kind of frame this pretty picture. But again, it's kind of functional. I have so much stuff that I would love to display beside the books. Like we have more books than this, but the definition of functional is debatable here, because I really don't need to display all my collections to be functional, but it would be nice. This needs a little organizing still. I kind of want to paint these in brown color and then add some fake moss, make it a bit of a scenery out of it. But for now, I'm just glad that most of my fairies are out of the box. I still have a whole bunch of fairies that are in boxes. I'll probably just take them out and just put them here for the time being. And at least after years, they're finally out, because they've been in boxes before I moved in here because they didn't fit in my old apartment. Little second couch. This is the first piece of furniture I bought for myself years ago when I was still living with my parents. It was about €200 at the time. And it's not a great couch. It's very low. It's rather small. Before you even get on, you have to kind of push the pillows in because it always falls out. Because it's a sleep couch. Like you pull it out to be a bed. So we didn't want to throw it away because, well, it's an extra space to sleep for friends. But at the same time, it's a really shitty couch. I would prefer to move this thing into the office, but the office right now is inaccessible for several reasons. One reason to be is that we missed pickup day for curtains, so right now it's like box apocalypse in here. So we are redoing the office, so office will be shown today. The hallway is still a mess. Like, we don't have a place for our shoes and coats right now in the hallway. And that is because we keep our coats in this thing. And this thing is very functional. Like, our coats are here, the bags are back down here, and the back down here, some stuff for the rats, and some things that we often take out with us, like the umbrella and my wallet. So when we go out, coat, bag, filled bag with stuff we need, and out the door. And even though masks aren't mandatory anymore in this country, we like to keep them close, just in case. At least we know where they are. There's one thing you might have noticed in this place that's really missing, and that is curtains. And we kind of need curtains because it gets really bright in here. The sun goes down on that side, and that means that when the sun's going down, it's super bright in here, which is nice if you're filming. It's not nice if you're watching TV or something like that. So it's actually pretty dark at night, so people still could sleep here without being disturbed by the light. But So we kind of need, it's a medium priority. It's a choice not to get curtains right now. We have some curtains laying around. We would just need to buy the gear to hang them because there is no drilling in these frames. The walls are so hard. You can't drill in them. You just can't. We have to hang it up a different way. We're functional in here. We can work in here. If the sun's in our face, we just move a little bit on the couch. The couch is big enough to do it anyway. So we don't need it. As for our tiny kitchen, it's kind of tidy. It's not as tidy as I'd like it to be because there are still a few things that we don't have a place for. Like this kind of works. Well, we need some hooks to hang these things up instead of having them over here. This place does need an upgrade. This is our little pantry. It's really messy right now in my eyes. Like, obviously there is a flow and organization in there, but it all feels very cramped and I don't like that. And I don't mind showing you because in a year or so I'm going to do an update of the place and we can compare and that's going to be really cool. But what we would love to have a second set of shelves here so we can kind of separate this stuff and maybe buy food a little more in bulk. This is a high priority purchase because I consider it as an investment. If I buy some expensive shelves, it means long term I can save on food. In the Netherlands, we're very particular about our recycling. We got this spice rack for like €5 and I thought it was really cute. We want to hang a stick in here and then get some hooks and then hang some things here because that would look very cute. I would love to have another shelf with more pots on it. But we're not buying any of that right now because don't need it. Kitchen is functional. Kitchen is very functional right now. We would love a bigger fridge as well, but don't need it because the kitchen is functional. Don't need anything up there. Like I said, I like my place to be just very tidy. Like this feels too cluttered for me because I would love at some point to buy something to hang this. Bathroom is my living nightmare right now, and that's a very simple reason. It's in terms of color inconsistent. We have a very nice blue tile and then a gray tile here. So ideally what I would love is a big set of dark blue and light blue towels and a blue curtain to match it all together and make it a whole. But we don't. And again, it's not a high priority thing because it's functional, so why should I buy new towels? Our towels are great, they're just the wrong color. So why? No. Especially here is a bit of an eyesore, like everything is blue and this thing is pink. That is a little jewelry box that I bought quite a few years ago. Here are my perfumes. I love perfumes. This perfume unfortunately took a bit of a tumble a few times and it broke. And there's all my jewelry is in there. This is the jewelry I use the most. And these drawers and these three are actually they're divided by frequency of use. The top drawer has everything that I use daily. So like my brush, my perfume and some skin cream. This drawer has everything I use usually weekly, like after my shampooing shower. I use some leave-in conditioner and you get the idea. Things that you use frequently but not frequently enough to use it every day. And the third drawer is everything that I keep as spares, spare vitamins, spare contacts here. And my spare skin cream. I like to have the system that if I have something that I frequently use, like let's say a jar of skin cream, that I like to have two of them, one in use, one spare. Then when the one that's in use is out, you grab the one that's spare and then you put the item on your shopping list and then you get a new one to spare and put it in the spare drawer. The same philosophy kind of applies here. The top shelf with the Victoria's Secret bag, which was also a gift, is my shelf. This is where I keep things that I use daily, like my makeup. The second one that is like my partner's shelf, where he keeps things that he uses basically daily. The middle is a bit of everything. And the bottom, an apocalypse of shampoos. This is really a result of bulk buying. I had no idea how effective bulk buying would be, and I really wanna, I've been meaning to make unboxing videos of bulk bought stuff and show you how much I got for how little money, and I still want to do that. But the thing is with bulk buying, it's so effective that we have a year if not more worth of shampoo and conditioner and other stuff here, so we're probably not going to bulk buy anything for a long time. Unless you think it would be interesting to do the same with groceries. Like we could probably bulk buy groceries and show you how much we get for how little. Let me know if that's something you would like to see. Now, if these drawers are organized, kinda. I mean, you can kind of still see the pattern of how the thing was supposed to lay. But again, I'm kind of like, if it's functional, then don't bother much with organizing it. I can reach whatever I need. We do have this thing where we like to take packages from food and end up throwing out to recycle, but we sometimes keep them. Like this thing, and this used to be like a tapas cheese thing. And then use that to organize a drawer. Like this drawer is, I would say, fairly organized. And we're kind of still gathering packages to do the same for the drawers in the bathroom. So we don't have to buy expensive dividers to keep everything tidy. You can just save the plastic containers from your groceries and use those instead. While I described the bathroom as the nightmare zone, I would say the bedroom is even worse, but it's not necessarily a nightmare zone, as in it has an excuse for being the way it is. This is my table. I know this is gonna look weird, I know, but this is a thing. I have an obsession with vitamins. I feel a little exposed, to be honest. I don't really take this regularly. They were on discount and I wanted to try it. I am not pregnant. I just heard that pregnancy vitamins can help your hair grow. And my hair has had a lot of trouble, so that's a video for another time, but I figured I'd just try it. This is a thing I take every day, and this is a thing I take every night. And these four kind of rotate depending on what I think I need. Here comes the apocalypse. This is the rest of my stuff that was supposed to go into closets in the living room, but we don't have right now. And these are all things that I just don't need to function right now. Like, you'll notice there are a lot of games in here, and right now I'm just so busy with doing what I'm doing. I don't really game right now, so it's okay, I guess. Yu-Gi-Oh cards, an extensive Flippo collection, which is complete. Like complete. Like I have all of them. All of the original lace Flippos. This was a thing and I was obsessed with it, and I got every single one of them. Yeah, I know. And speaking of collections, there's another collection that I would love to show off at some point, which is a rock collection. Both minerals and gemstones. And I would love to display them, but again, the financial choice not to buy closets because we don't need them right now. I think the last thing that we really need to see is the state of this closet. Hello. My stuffies. You might think, okay Terry, what's wrong with this closet other than the dirty mirror? Well, a few things. For starters, one of the drawers is broken. Like the front just came off and we couldn't be bothered to put it back on. We tried a few times, it didn't work. The front of this drawer has now been converted to a bridge for the rats to get from the cage to the couch. So it's gone. Don't even dare to come with me like, oh, you can still repair it. No, it's gone. And this thing is just holding on for dear life. It broke here somehow. And this one is not functional. You cannot open it. It's a little hard to see. Like my partner is very neat. Like I could learn from him, to be honest. I've kind of given up and he's still, yeah, I'm keep going. I don't want this mess. Kind of see that this shelf is also hanging on for dear life. It's like, no. And the back is open. One of these days this thing is gonna fall apart, I tell you. This doesn't close properly. I've had this closet since I was 12. And this whole thing, it's hard to see in the camera, it's like standing kind of like this. Are we gonna replace it? Nah, not yet. It works, it holds our clothes, it's not gonna fall apart. But we're definitely not gonna use it another time. Next time we move, next time we have money for it, this thing is going, we're buying something else. So while I show you the shampoo clips, this was organized as well. I want to get some bins to make this look better and organize it better, and just, this looks cluttered to me. There's like too many things and I just don't like it. It makes me... Ugh. Same with the perfumes. Though I love to display my perfumes, this is messy and I just need something of a holder to put them all in, basically. It's just... This whole apartment has problems like this, like what? And then this floor, like what? We actually fixed it a little bit. Like it has 1 or 2 edges. It used to have a third one just jammed in between here. And we took that off and you see the floor under it. I also understand why they did it. They made this part of the floor a little lower than this because if they made it equally high, then it wouldn't fit under the door anymore. And you might be like, but Terry, isn't the correct way to solve this to make the door a little shorter? Yes, internet, it is. But they didn't do it because they're lazy. They did ask me if I want the floors when I first moved in. Like they told me to take a look at the floors and asked, do you want to keep them? And I said yes, because we're not gonna spend money on new floors. I mean, overall it looks decent. Not entirely my style, but fuck it, 3 floors. That's really it. The biggest challenge really is to stay below your means once your income goes up. That's where people often go wrong. They start to earn more, so they start to spend more. But if you want to make it to a more financially free life, you have to stay below your means. If you'd like to see more videos on budgeting, on bulk buying, on unboxing bulk buying, more about financial choices, more about budget life choices, then let me know and I would love to make those videos. So I hope this was enjoyable and I'll see you next time.